Research from the World Health Organization (WHO) indicates that heart disease accounts for 6% of deaths in Ghana, only behind lower respiratory infection, stroke and malaria. One of the remedies that have been suggested as a guard against heart disease is the moderate intake of wine, specifically red wine. For the CEO of VDB Consultancy and Trade, Vanessa Kokojaba, a wine merchant, a replacement of many beverages in many Ghanaian homes does not only make business sense for importers of wine, it will also make Ghanaians healthier.
We have a culture of eating and drinking at the same time. I mean, almost every person, when they're having lunch or dinner, would have Coca-Cola, Fanta, they'll have a soft beverage, or they'll have hard liquor, or they'll have beers and stuff like that. When I'm looking at it from that point of view, I would like to replace one of the beverages they have with wine. Why is that? It's because of the health benefits from drinking wine as well. We're looking at the fact that you get antioxidants from the tannins, which is in the skin of the grape. I'm looking at the fact that it hasn't got added sugar. Soft drinks, you're looking at 9 cubes of sugar per glass.
But wine drinking offers more than health and business benefits. For enthusiasts like Lebene and Yao, wine is a mainstay on their menu and also helps with socialization.
I would love to have a nice glass of red wine with it. This is my own personal party, yes. So if I had pasta, I would have a nice glass of white or red, depending on what I had. If I had it with fish, I'd do it with white. If I had it with red meat, I'd have a red wine with it, yeah.
Previously, it was socially acceptable. But maybe I acquired the taste about 10 years ago, where I could have a wine before a meal, or, for social drinking, basically.
But how big is Ghana's wine industry and how does it compare with other African markets?
There's definitely room for growth. And like I said, even outside of the Ghanaians, and my core focus are Ghanaians, but even outside of the Ghanaians, we still have a huge expat community that keep on coming into Ghana. We still have a huge tourism industry in Ghana. We still have the diasporans that are coming back home and everything else. So there's several markets for us to play in as a business.
Ghana's multi-million-dollar wine industry has many hurdles to overcome, including the cost of starting a medium-sized retail outlet, which can cost tens of thousands Ghana cedis, the perception that wine is for the elite, as well as storage issues. So how can the culture of wine drinking be enhanced in Ghana? Nadia and Vanessa share their thoughts.
Well, I wouldn't compare us with Nigeria because of the size of the population. If I was going to do that, it would be unfair to Ghana because I think there are about 200 million Nigerians and there are only 30 million Ghanaians. However, if you look at certain figures in terms of the consumption of champagne, for example, in 1 year, Nigeria consumed 750,000 bottles and Ghana did 300,000 bottles. So in comparison, then they should have been 3 times, or let's say 6 times, the quantity that was drunk in Ghana. So we are drinking quite a bit. When you compare us with South Africa, I wouldn't look at it in terms of population size. I would look at it in terms of South Africa as a wine producing country. And it has been for over 2 centuries, quite a few centuries. So in terms of that, they have wines directly in front of them. They have the wineries as well. So it's easier for them to be drinking wines than it is for Ghanaians.
We are having conversations with a lot of the trade attaches at the Chambers of Commerce to look at how we can actually start bringing in wines from other countries, more of them into Ghana. You've got countries like Lebanon that produce wine, Switzerland, Germany, and all of these other countries. So we really want to encourage them to speak to their wineries, to be looking at Ghana as a potential market.
Help from the assistance from the government as well in terms of duties, heavy duties that's affecting us. Inconsistency in policy. I don't want to become political about it. However, it does affect us when duties go from about 76% and it jumps to about 91%, which is what we're facing now. And then the added pressures of stamp duties on the bottles at the port in a place that has aluminium roof.